Arsene Wenger has shared the pain of his departure from Arsenal after 22 years as manager, describing the end of his era as like a funeral. Speaking in a new documentary about 2 decades in charge at Highbury in the Emirates Stadium, Wenger tells of his personal turmoil as he left the club he still loves. After 3 Premier League titles, 7 FA Cups, a Champions League final appearance, a team of Invincibles that won a season without defeat, in the end there was a clamour for Wenger to go as the club repeatedly failed to challenge for the Premier League title and he was forced out in May 2018. Arsene Wenger, Invincible, the trailer for which has been released today, promises to be a poignant examination of his managerial life and death at Arsenal. Legendary manager Arsene Wenger has reflected on his life and football for a new documentary. Wenger admits that finally leaving Arsenal felt like a funeral following 2 decades at the club. Here he waves goodbye to their fans at the Emirates Stadium in 2018. Despite his obvious success, and the Gunners' continued qualification for the Champions League until 2017, the atmosphere around the manager turned toxic and Wenger out became a matchday soundtrack. Wenger has since insisted he wanted to leave Arsenal fit to face the future and every decision was made in the best interest of the club. But in the new film, one of his finest and most successful players, Dennis Bergkamp, says Wenger stayed on too long, giving the Arsenal hierarchy little choice. Wenger's last game in charge of Arsenal was a 1-0 win away to Huddersfield Town in 2018. Both obsessive and visionary about the beautiful game, Wenger admits in the film that his addiction to the sport, and the Premier League in particular, led him to become inhuman at times. "I had the addiction gene," Wenger confesses in the documentary, which has been produced by No Media Group, the company behind the critically acclaimed Finding Jack Charlton documentary, and will be screened in cinemas and streamed on Amazon Prime Video next month. Gunners legend Dennis Bergkamp, speaking on the documentary, suggests Wenger should have called it quits sooner than he did. Fellow Arsenal giant Patrick Vieira admits that he would die for Wenger on the pitch due to his support for him. Sir Alex Ferguson also talks about his great rivalry with Wenger, likening it to war. Wenger famously watched endless footage of matches from around the world after training and attended Arsenal games at all levels, from the academy up, which earned him the nickname the Professor with the club's fans. In fact, Wenger's career was annotated with feuds, with Manchester United's Sir Alex Ferguson a frequent adversary. Wenger's passion led to many feuds including with Manchester United boss Ferguson. Wenger also clashed with Jose Mourinho, famously pushing him during a defeat to Chelsea. He once described Wenger as a specialist in failure, while the Arsenal boss lost his cool after the side were beaten 2-0 by Chelsea in 2014 and he pushed Mourinho. Now, Wenger himself thinks the decision to recruit him, when the Gunners had been linked with the legendary Johan Cruyff, was brave. Arsene Wenger's been in Japan, Ferguson says in a post-match interview. As it turned out, Wenger knew a lot more than most British managers about modern training techniques, tactics and motivation, as he quickly established his side at the top end of the table. Arsenal won the title in 1998, 2002 and 2004, when the Invincibles completed the season unbeaten, the first and only time the team has gone an entire Premier League campaign without defeat. "I set them a target of winning a championship without losing a game," Wenger recalls. "It was an achievement that stands above everything else," concludes Ferguson, who buried the hatchet with Wenger before he left Arsenal. Of course, Wenger wanted to win, but he was after even more than results. And before the final, bitter years, Wenger's combativeness in the face of difficult questions helped his players to perform. Midfield enforcer Vieira told how he loved it at Arsenal under Wenger's management. And the club's all-time top scorer, Thierry Henry, told filmmakers Wenger changed his life. Arsenal's all-time leading goal scorer agrees that Wenger was unique. "Arsene changed my life," Thierry Henry, who scored 228 goals for the Gunners, says simply. Football has always been a results-driven business, but Wenger is unrepentant over his devotion to a style that did not always produce results that matched the club's, and especially their fans', ambitions. "We want to discover something more of what football can give you," Wenger reflects as the trailer closes. Following his exit from Arsenal, Wenger is continuing to try and transform the game in his new role as FIFA's head of global development. Arsene Wenger, Invincible will be in cinemas from November 11th, and on Amazon Prime Video on November 22. Thanks for watching.